1. SpaceX launches Israeli satellite Dror-1 on Falcon 9. 2. SpaceX launches mystery satellite Dror-1 to geostationary orbit July 2024. 3. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches Israel's Dror-1 satellite, first commercial GTO mission. 1. SpaceX launches Israeli satellite Dror-1 on Falcon 9. SpaceX quietly launches a cutting-edge Israeli satellite, but the mystery surrounding its mission raises intriguing questions. On July 13, 2025, at 1:04 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 050 for UTC, SpaceX successfully sent a Falcon 9 rocket skyward from Cape Canaveral, carrying an enigmatic payload for a client eager to keep the details under wraps. This launch, officially named Commercial GTO-1 by SpaceX, took place within a 3.5-hour window, marking another milestone in their growing catalogue of missions. One striking detail was the Falcon 9's payload fairing adorned with the logo of Israel Aerospace Industries, IAI, Israel's government-owned aerospace manufacturer. The rocket booster used for this flight bore the tail number B-1083 and impressively marked its 13th mission. This same booster recently supported high-profile flights such as NASA's Crew 8, Polaris Dawn, and CRS-31. About 8.5 minutes after liftoff, the Falcon 9's first stage smoothly touched down on SpaceX's droneship named Just Read the Instructions stationed in the Atlantic Ocean. This event marked the 128th successful landing for this particular droneship and the 474th booster recovery overall, a testament to SpaceX's remarkable reusability achievements. The hidden payload. What's really up there? What makes this mission notably intriguing is the veil of secrecy surrounding the payload, a rarity for a commercial launch. Official marine and airspace warnings indicated the satellite headed toward a geostationary transfer orbit, GTO, a highly sought-after slot approximately 36,000 kilometers above Earth where satellites remain fixed over one spot. According to investigative reports from Waller Communications Limited, associated with the Jerusalem Post and various U.S. news outlets, this classified satellite appears to be Dror-1, a new communication satellite developed by Israel Aerospace Industries. Announced in January 2020, Dror-1 is touted as Israel's most sophisticated communication satellite to date, designed with a 15-year operational lifespan. Boaz Levi, the Executive Vice President and General Manager of IAI Systems, Missile, and Space, SMS, Group, emphasized the satellite's advanced nature. Dror-1 integrates a multitude of cutting-edge technologies created right here in Israel, featuring highly advanced digital capabilities. This kind of technology implies a leap forward in Israel's ability to manage secure communications independently. Why does Israel need Dror-1? Dror-1 is intended to operate in geostationary orbit, reflecting a strategic national policy initiated in 2018 to build an indigenous space-based communication network. IAI's press release back in 2020 highlighted that this government initiative underscores the critical importance of communication sovereignty for national security, along with preserving Israel's accumulated expertise in space tech. In other words, owning and operating such satellites ensures that Israel maintains control over vital communication channels, without relying on foreign entities. This move also safeguards technological knowledge and innovation developed over decades. A digital satellite that works like a smartphone? In a detailed 2020 article by the Jewish News Syndicate, a news outlet focusing on Israeli and Jewish affairs worldwide, Dror-1 was described as a modular and fully digital satellite. Shlomi Sudri, General Manager of IAI's Space Division, explained, this satellite can upload applications in orbit, broadcast data from one antenna, and receive signals from another, much like a smartphone capabilities-wise. Such functionality allows for flexibility and adaptability, enabling the satellite to evolve post-launch with software updates and new applications, a relatively novel concept for space hardware. Part of the AMOS satellite family. Dror 1 seems to belong to the AMOS series of communications satellites manufactured by IAI, which typically weigh between 3 and 6 tons. The AMOS line has a notable history, including the tragic destruction of AMOS 6 in 2016 due to a Falcon 9 upper stage explosion during a routine test. That loss was a severe blow, but IAI and SpaceX have since continued to collaborate closely. Secrecy and the limits of transparency. While it's unusual for commercial customers to keep mission details so confidential, this case isn't unprecedented. SpaceX has performed several launches for sensitive clients like the National Reconnaissance Office and U.S. Space Force, where secrecy is paramount due to national security concerns. Another recent example was the November 2024 launch named TD-7, where regulatory documents revealed it was associated with OptusX, a satellite linked to Optus, an Australia-based telecom firm owned by Singtel. Even in that case, public information was limited until after the mission. So, what does this mean for space and security? This launch underscores how space technology and national security increasingly intertwine, with countries like Israel investing heavily in independent, secure communication infrastructures. But here's where it gets controversial. Should the growing trend towards secrecy in commercial space ventures be a cause for concern? Transparency advocates argue that excessive confidentiality could hinder public knowledge and accountability, while proponents emphasize the necessity for safeguarding national interests. What do you think? Is this secrecy justified in the name of security, or does it set a worrying precedent for future commercial launches? Share your thoughts below. Do you agree with the approach taken by Israel and SpaceX, or do you believe the public deserves more openness? Let's spark a conversation on the balance between innovation, security, and transparency in space exploration. 2. SpaceX launches mystery satellite Dror 1 to geostationary orbit July 2024. Here's the twist. SpaceX just sent an enigmatic satellite into geostationary transfer orbit, leaving the public buzzing with questions about its purpose. On Sunday morning, July 13th, a Falcon 9 rocket soared from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, launching what SpaceX refers to as the Commercial GTO-1 mission. The payload, however, remains a closely guarded secret, though many speculate it's an Israeli communications satellite named Dror 1. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just any satellite. Dror 1, developed by Israel Aerospace Industries, is designed to revolutionize the country's communication infrastructure for the next 15 years. Think of it as a high-tech hub in the sky, equipped with cutting-edge digital systems and smartphone-like capabilities that allow it to adapt and respond to changing needs while orbiting Earth. Geostationary Transfer Orbit, GTO, is a critical stepping stone for satellites aiming to reach geostationary orbit, which sits a staggering 22,236 miles, 35,786 kilometers, above our planet. At this altitude, a satellite's orbital speed perfectly matches Earth's rotation, making it appear stationary over a fixed location, a vital feature for consistent communication and weather monitoring. But why go through the trouble of launching into GTO? Well, it's a fuel-efficient way to get satellites into their final geostationary position, though the journey involves a complex series of maneuvers. The Falcon 9's first stage, B-1083, made a triumphant return to Earth just 8.5 minutes after liftoff, landing on SpaceX's drone ship Just Read the Instructions in the Atlantic Ocean. This marked the booster's 13th successful mission, a testament to SpaceX's reusable rocket technology. Yet, despite the excitement, SpaceX hasn't revealed when the mysterious satellite will be deployed. Could this secrecy hint at classified military applications, or is it simply a strategic move to avoid tipping off competitors? And this is the part most people miss. While Dror 1 is widely attributed to Israel, there's no official confirmation from the company. This ambiguity has sparked debates about transparency in space missions. After all, with thousands of satellites already in orbit, who's really in control of the skies? For space enthusiasts, the launch adds another layer to the ongoing conversation about the commercialization of space. As private companies like SpaceX push boundaries, the line between public and private space exploration grows thinner. What do you think? Is secrecy justified in the name of innovation, or should all satellite missions be transparent? Share your thoughts below, because the future of space might depend on it. Michael Wall, a seasoned space journalist with over a decade of experience at space.com, brings his expertise in exoplanets, spaceflight, and military space to every story. With a background in evolutionary biology and science writing, he blends technical accuracy with accessible storytelling. Follow him on Twitter for updates on the latest cosmic discoveries. 3. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches Israel's Dror 1 satellite, first commercial GTO mission. Get ready. SpaceX is about to shake up the space community with a mission that's already sparking buzz and raising questions. This weekend, all eyes will be on Florida as SpaceX gears up for a groundbreaking launch, setting a new precedent in their mission branding. But here's where things get really interesting. A Falcon 9 rocket is scheduled to blast off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, with liftoff planned for no earlier than 12:31 a.m. on Sunday, July 13th. Launch Complex 40 will serve as the platform for this ambitious event. The primary cargo? Israel's Dror 1 communications satellite, developed by Israel Aerospace Industries. Its destination, a geostationary transfer orbit, better known in the aerospace world as GTO. Now, the choice of the mission name, a Commercial GTO-1, is causing some raised eyebrows. For the first time ever, SpaceX is officially titling a flight with a GTO-E in its name, directly referencing the specific orbital route known as a geostationary transfer orbit. In case you're new to this, GTO orbits are unique elliptical paths satellites take to eventually reach a position in space where they move in perfect sync with Earth's rotation. This means, from the ground, the satellite appears to hang motionless over a fixed spot, ideal for communications technology and global broadcasting. And this is the part most people miss. It's unclear whether Commercial GTO-1 is just the beginning of a fresh sequence of missions, similar to SpaceX's bandwagon rideshare campaigns. Could we soon see a whole series of GTO launches, each opening new possibilities for commercial and government customers? Or is this a one-off branding experiment? What do you think? Should SpaceX stick with straightforward mission names, or is this branding move a sign of bigger plans ahead? Another point worth noting, and perhaps a bit disappointing for local fans, this launch won't feature the iconic sonic boom heard during some Space Coast missions. Why? A Falcon 9 booster is programmed to return to a drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean, instead of landing back on solid ground. Despite the anticipation, details about both the mission and the Dror 1 payload remain mostly under wraps. Space enthusiasts and industry watchdogs are left to speculate, building even more curiosity and debate about SpaceX's intentions and the significance of this launch in the evolving landscape of commercial spaceflight. Want to follow the action as it unfolds? The Florida Today space team will kick off live coverage 90 minutes before launch at floridatoday.com/space, bringing real-time updates and insider insights straight to you. So, what's your take? Does this mission signal a new era in how space launches are marketed and executed, or is it just a minor rebranding with no real impact? Are you excited by the secrecy, or frustrated by the lack of information? Chime in below. Let's hear your opinions and predictions. After all, space exploration thrives on bold ideas and passionate debates.